Hello and welcome everyone to the Warhammer Meta Chasers. This is your weekly live tournament show where we run down the biggest and best tournaments coming up on the weekend. My name is Paul Murphy. I'll be your host this evening. I'm joined by Dustin Henshaw
Hello, everyone.
and Adam Camilleri.
Oh, g'day.
As I mentioned, this is a live show. We got folks in the chat. Welcome in the chat. Thank y'all for joining us here. Hey, Steve, you might like one of these events we talk about. Hopefully. Oh, my God. You're going to like all the events that we're talking about here. As normal, Nurgle good to see you. We're going to be talking about three events, three singles events, all within the continental North America this time. A lot of big team events going on out there, but I want to talk about some of these esteemed singles events.
Yeah, so we had the choice, which events we were going to cover this weekend. Naturally, we've had a bunch of MFM and little bits and pieces changing. And of course, with team events, they usually have a bit of a load time before list submission. So I wasn't 100% confident they were going to be using the new rules, where I was much more confident with the singles events. So that's where we went for today's show. But yeah, big team events out there in Europe and all over the place. So enjoy. But man, our first event, I am so keen on. Brilliant.
Well, single the new meta, new things out there. We've already seen shakeups in some of the top factions, and not necessarily factions that you would not expect to be doing well right out there right now. But it does seem to be even more wide open than it was a couple of weeks ago.
And yeah, a lot of people saying that the MFM points changes that came through for CK, IK, DG were not going to be doing enough to really shake up the meta as of yet. But if this singles meta this weekend is anything to go by, I believe they have. They have done a significant enough change to we're seeing. You'll see one of the hashtags, the meta is healing, which is kind of how it feels a little bit out there.
Okay, good to see you in chat. Had a little bit of a banter about some other competitive stuff happening out there in the world right there in our Discord. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Going to talk about the three events. Like talk about first one I'm going to bring up is the Bahio Open. I probably butchered that, and I apologize. Look, I said we just roll with it. That is in Santiago de Querétaro, Mexico. 106 players, 6-round event. This may be the largest event we've seen in Mexico.
As far as I know, as long as I've been tracking events, this is the biggest event Mexico's ever had. And so this is freaking awesome. And this is why I'm so excited. And when we get to the meta breakdown, you will see like things might be just better south of the border. Like meta-wise. It's pretty freaking good out there. But sorry.
Maybe we all need to go down there and play some games in Mexico. I'd be down for sure.
Me too. It'd be sweet.
With 6 rounds, 106 players, what are we going to see there?
In the Imperial Super faction, we are going to see 5 Sisters of Battle, 3 Adeptus Mechanicus, 7 Astra Militarum, 2 Grey Knights, and 7 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 9 Adeptus Astartes, 2 Dark Angels, 3 Space Wolves, 5 Blood Angels, 3 Black Templar. Chaos, there's 5 Chaos Space Marines, 3 T-Suns, 4 Death Guard. That's it. Wow. 4 World Eaters, 3 Emperor's Children, 5 Demons, 7 Chaos Knights. The Knights are still very prominent. Xenos, there's 7 Necrons, 2 Orcs, 3 Tau, 1 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 7 Tyranids. This is awesome, except no GSC. Oh, well, now I definitely have to go down there.
But 7 Tyranids, come on.
But 7 Tyranids, like you can't be mad at that. Eldari, there's 1 Drukhari and 7 Eldari. Okay. So
take a deep breath. Let's go.
Oh boy. Topping it all off is Adeptus Astartes with 9. Then Nids, Necrons, Eldari, Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights, and Astra Militarum all in second with 7. And then Adeptus Sororitas, Blood Angels, Chaos Space Marines, and Demons all tied in third with 5. Wow. That's awesome.
That is the equal best faction record that we've had on our podium.
It is.
And this is only 3 positions on our faction podium. I would not be surprised if the previous 11 placeholder was a 5 podium, because that's what we do for like 200 plus players. We'll do a 5 podium. 11 factions listed. This is incredible. This is as good as it gets. And like, if you take into account that there might be like a Raven Guard, a Salamanders or whatever, not just all Ultramarines in the Adeptus Astartes, there even could be multiple sub factions in that 9 in first position. Mm-hmm. If I had more time or gave more of a crap, I would have looked at it.
That's completely fair.
I've done a breakdown there.
This is still impressive enough as is, though, right? I mean, this shows a bit about how the diversity of the factions being played, and what people think is going to get him there over this 6-round event.
And it's interesting, the emissions, one's already been called out in chat. There's no Custodes here. So a very prominent, well-taken faction of the rest of the world over that are, admittedly are not doing well in the meta at the moment, but still to have 0 in a 100-player event is quite surprising and might show some geographical nuance.
That seems deliberate though, because Custodes, I don't want to say they're an easy army to collect, but they're certainly a low model count. That's one of the things that holds them in there no matter what. Like there are
correct.
Typically a Custodes players, because that's their travel army or whatever. They only need to have one case to do it. So I think it's a conscious omission by the player base there.
Yeah, spot on. Very high numbers for Necrons. We've said Tyranids already. Eldari's no surprise there, and then the two pack of Knights make no surprise there either. But the next ring under there, 5 Sisters of Battle, so 5 Adeptus Sororitas is quite a surprise. Blood Angels, no surprises there. 5 Chaos Space Marines is very healthy numbers, and then like World Eaters and Emperor's Children with 4. So they're like, is this the first time in since the Death Guard Codex came out they didn't make a top 3? It might be.
Maybe
it genuinely might be. If it has happened before, it has happened less than 3 times, because I would freaking remember.
So once, okay.
Yeah, maybe it's happened once, one other time, but this is buck wild. And like I said, the meta is healing because look at those numbers. Knights still being taken in healthy numbers on both counts is not a surprise. But
they're fun to play with. Like Knights are awesome. The Knights look awesome. They're fun to play with. Sometimes you go on a streak, and also fits that whole I can carry it in one box.
Exactly right. They hold that same position as Custodes in the meta. We're like, I don't know what to take, and I got to travel across cities or across states or whatnot. Well, I'll take my smallest army. Which one's better right now? Yeah. Knight is a better take in the meta at the moment than Custodes. I don't think there's much debate about that. Votann having relatively low numbers, only a single player representation, and Drukhari sitting with singles. Apart from that, I don't think there's another army with only a single player. I think everything is 2 or more. That is correct, yeah. And naturally, yeah, no agents, but everything else is taken apart from Deathwatch, which isn't a surprise there. But jumping into one of the top players in attendance, this is the top-ranked player in Mexico in the ITC, Xavier Barrera. Playing Adeptus Sororitas, lads, which could be why Sisters get a strong look in. We do see when there is like a best in faction level player playing a said faction, making it look really powerful, making it really good. There is a little bit of a groundswell around those players.
It's interesting how that happens, but it's consistently in every region, which is cool because maybe they can show the tricks, show the power, show the nuance of these factions.
Well, you get your head kicked in enough. You're like, well, if I can't beat them, join them. So
that also
could also be a thing. But this is Haled Martis. This is the OG indexed attachment. Kicks off with a Canoness with Saintly Example, Demifuge, which is Kaiganal and Stern. That little combo, nice little loan up option there. And a Magifier, Junith, and Morven Vile. 2 Palatines, one of which has through suffering strength, 2x10 Battle Sisters, which is 1 more unit of Battle Sisters than we usually see, 2 Immolators to split them all up with 2 Castigator Battle Tanks, 10 Sacrosants to run around and be a little bit of durability there. 3 single Mortifiers is kind of the spicy take here by Xavier, but in addition to that, he also has 3 Paragons and 10 Novitiates, one of which obviously will get a Palatine, and the other one probably just rocks around and is a get back up on death cheap character. What do we make of this gentleman? Anything there standing out to you guys, apart from obviously the Mortifiers, which I think are very underrated?
I think they're actually fantastic, especially in this detachment, because of the way that you can manipulate combat. So they have to fight a Mortifier instead of 5 Battle Sisters that are 10 OC on the objective.
Exactly
right. Real pain to shift stuff off with close combat.
Aren't they on the 50mm bases or something too? Like they're on the larger bases, large round bases.
Yep. Perfectly said. They are on a 50. They're movement 8, so they're really quite swifty, especially when you add in a Miracle Dice advance. Toughness 6 with a 4 up, 6 up, 5 wounds, and OC2. The little OC2 is quite cute as well, and they do pack a 5 up, feel no pain. So those 5 wounds usually end up being 6 more often than not. And then they have 2+ fight on death. So, you direct the attacks into them, they die, and they fight anyway. And so it's really quite a nice little package.
Yep, I really like that combo too. They're not that expensive for what they do, especially in this attachment.
70.
Yeah,
that's 70 points, which is the going rate for like things in that ilk, like the Castellan robots, the Talos, things that pack a bit of gun, pack a bit of combat. They usually sit around that 70 to 90-ish range.
Yeah, and I mean in pure Sisters fashion, they rock a flamer, don't they? So they even have a little
Mortify flamers, or they can take heavy bolters. The Mortifier Flamers, they're twin linked. They're twin linked.
Oh yeah, they're taking Flamer. They're taking the Flamer.
Yeah. They don't get any AP on those, but they do get twin linked, which is pretty good horde clear, which has been something that in the past I've found sisters struggle with, like when ACDC was rocking around. When ACDC was rocking around everywhere, because things like Repentia, things like Repentia and big units of Zephyrim used to be the thing that they'd horde clear with, and now Repentia are priced very aggressively, and somewhat out of the game. Things like Arco Flaggers as well can be really good, but Arcos are much better in the Champions of Faith detachment over the Hallowed Martyrs.
One thing that is not surprising here, there's a core. We've seen Junith making a lot of lists, of course, more Revals in a lot of lists, and the Paragons, and that seems to be with the Adeptus Sororitas, you can create this like good solid 600 points or something in your list, and then you got a lot of tech to put in the rest, and that's what we're seeing here.
Well, we talk about the killer and filler a lot, Paul, as in like here's my good units that are never going anywhere. Morvenval and the Paragons are like the ubiquitous one that goes in every detachment, every list. You never leave home without them. And then probably the Castigators are the things that kind of transpose, whether you go for the third one or you go for the second Immolator or sometimes even an Exorcist. But those seem to be like you want those 2 to 3 battle tank-esque models. And then you're absolutely right. They are some of the best filler in the game. Like you talk about the min squads, what they used to be running with the Arco Flagellants. Things like just Battle Sisters are extremely good when you get to split them up and have like 5 with good weapons and 5 just like I'm just going to run around sticky, and when you kill them, who cares? And then the Mortifiers here being added in, I quite like a lot. So this is quite a good list and should perform very well.
I like it. I approve. It is Meta Chaser approved.
We're going to pick us some winners. Who trusts me to roll the dice this time?
If you are new here, we predict what factions are going to win this event. And who trusts you? We all trust you.
And if you're not new here, you know that we don't trust you with the dice. So there's no point.
Yeah.
All right. So this dice is a boy taking a leak. I'm not sure where I got that from, but that's what we're rolling today.
That's on the 6.
It is.
Are you sure? It's shaped like a 1.
There's the 1.
What?
So there's the 6.
Okay.
All right. I'll angle this down so you can see my dice tray. So there's no consternation on Adam's.
We can't
totally
read
working.
the pit. We can't read it anyway. This doesn't solve anything.
Who wants to call it, boys?
All right, I'm going for the 6. Why not?
You're going for the 6? All right,
yep.
Paul. You get the 2, Dustin. I'll take the 1.
Sure.
It is, in fact, a 6.
Yeah, see, we can't see it for so many reasons.
I'm trying here. I'm doing my best.
Look at that. I think you're like covering up all the other ones. You could like swapped it out with some like a hand.
Well, I didn't. I could have pretended it was a 1. It looks like a 1, but no, it's a 6.
That's what I mean, right? You could have done anyone you wanted. Maybe you wanted Paul.
I'm gonna go with Imperial Knights.
Okay, for Paul. Dustin, what would you like?
I have to go with the numbers. I'm gonna go with the
Astartes. I'm gonna back our top place finisher here, so I'm gonna go Sororitas.
Yep, makes sense.
With 5 in the pool as well, it doesn't feel like a silly pick on the numbers either.
No, definitely not.
No, we've seen Adeptus Sororitas do really well too, especially played by someone who knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
well, you're exactly right. They're in that region at the moment where it's not a pick up and play army as it was with like Bringers of Flame. It's more like it's a very nuanced generalship based army that can outvalue a lot of others. And
next event we're going to be talking about is the Smite Club Open in Phoenix, Arizona, an 89-player event. Also, going to compete over 6 rounds right here in the U.S. Dustin, what are we going to see there?
In the Imperial faction, there are 1 Sister Battle, 2 Custodes, 4 Astra Militarum, 3 Grey Knights, 4 Imperial Knights, Space Marines, there's 4 Adeptus Astartes, 2 Dark Angels, 3 Space Wolves, 6 Blood Angels, 2 Black Templar, 2 Death Watch, Chaos, there's 3 Chaos Space Marines, 3 T-Suns, 4 Death Guard, 4 War Leaders, 6 Emperor's Children, 3 Demons, 3 Chaos Knights, Xenos, there's 3 Necrons, 3 Orcs, 7 Tau. Oh, we found the Tau players. Apparently, they're all in Phoenix, Arizona, and 2 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 2 Tyranids, and there's the Gene Stealer Cult player. And then Eldari, there's 7 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is Tau and Eldar, topping it off with 7. Emperor's Children and Blood Angels in second place with 6. Astra Militarum, Imperial Knights, Astartes, Death Guard, and World Leaders in third with 5. What the hell?
They know how to party.
Dude,
This is amazing.
9 factions on our podium here, but not the ones you'd expect outside Eldari. Like outside Eldari, this is amazing. Death Guard did make this one, along with World Eaters,
Barely.
one of the and Imperial Knights being our kind of our regular perennials that we've seen in recent months, in addition to Eldari. But then they just joined first time. I think Emperor's Children's had a second place in our breakdowns. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they go. Maybe that's a counter.
And with 6 players, so,
yeah, like good number.
Well, if I had to, if I knew there was going to be, checks notes over 10% Eldari and Tau, Emperor's Children feels really good.
That's true.
Real good, man. You're just like, I'm just going to turn 1 stage, turn 2, touch your whole army. Not much you can do about it. It's pretty spicy. A little bit better into Tau than it is to Eldar. Some of the Eldari builds have enough shenanigans that they can reach out and touch you just the same, or they're going to
and move away too when you least expect it to. Like they can maybe get a little extra distance.
But if I had to pick something to smash a Tau-based meta, Emperor's Children is like fairly close to the top of that list. So see how they go. And maybe the Tau players know this and have teched, accordingly, a lot more Devilfish, things of that ilk. 10 breaches inside of Devilfish is all you freaking need versus Emperor's Children as well. You don't need to go like Riptide, Sky Rays, any of that stuff. Just like Fish of Fury will get you through the EC, but who's taking it? Asher Miltarim's an interesting pick here, getting into one of our top spots, and Blood Angels, of course, you can say Blood Angels is similar as like the Emperor's Children equivalent for doing similar things into this kind of meta.
I don't like the way you said that, but
you agree. But you agree, right?
I will agree.
Yeah. I don't like the words you put together there, Adam, but I can't.
But if that's the balance you're trying to make, and if these players are probably familiar with like terrain setups, like I don't know what the terrain setup they're using, but this seems like some very deliberate choices here, and I love it.
Yeah, I would be assuming off the cuff this is Games Workshop terrain. And if that's the case, then yeah, it looks a little better for the firing line armies as well. Only a single Sister of Battle, but 2 Death Watch, which is interesting. So nice to see. They had a decent showing as well by, of course, the King of Death Watch, Mark Attell, over at Nova last weekend as well. Not a bad showing. Now, I think he went X and 1, or was it X and 2? But either way, great showing. And it's very interesting, this Chaos breakdown. So we have minimal, 3s for Chaos Space Marines and Thousand Suns, 4s for Death Guard World Eaters, and 3s for Demons and Chaos Knights. Like Emperor's Children, like more than most of the other two others combined, is very interesting. And you can say almost exactly the same about Blood Angels in the Space Marine meta here, which is really, not too surprising. But you see the skew that's going on. Yeah, you see the skews are existing in those top 2 positions, and then down from there is a bit of a crapshoot. In 3rd place, minimal on the Custodies, no AdMech, and no agents once again here, but no AdMech is actually rare, more rare than not in recent months, which has been good to see for their player base. I'm not sitting here saying there's tons of people playing AdMech. I'm saying that people are consistently playing AdMech. So
It's such a great looking army too. Like AdMech is, I think, just waiting for someone to come up with that like perfect, no fat competitive list that seems to do well in multiple regions, and then it's off to the races with them. Yeah,
it's literally exactly right. It's waiting for somebody to stand up. In teams, they perform extremely well. Still, if you build the right package around them and use them appropriately. But in singles, we're waiting for that one absolute gun to stand up and say, "I've got it. I've got the silver bullet."
What's the ratio for the Cognis Las Cannons? There's it does there's a lot of work out there right now.
Spot on. All right, our top player in attendance. One of the top players in attendance. There was I think 1 or 2 players in attendance higher than this in the ITC rankings, but they weren't taking very interesting things. It was like just your bog standard Eldari and Knights and stuff. But this is Donovan Salio, ranked 15th in the ITC Southwest, with Grey Knights, playing the brand new Banishers detachment. Now, I'm going to quickly open up my codex to figure out what this one does, but the list is...
Come on.
Yeah, not recently. Not since the codex. I was Warpbane all the way for about 5 months at the start of this year, though. We have a Librarian with Pyresol, Castellan Crow, who, in my opinion, is one of the best characters in the game for what he offers to his faction. A single Grandmaster Dread Knight, 5 Strike Marines, 3 into 5 Interceptors, 10 Purifiers to go with Crow and just be your anti-world unit.
Anti-everything.
Anti-freaking everything. It says anti-infantry 2+, but no, it's a lie. It's anti-everything. And then a Calidus, a Calexis, and Canis freaking Rex. To me, it looks like a freaking custodies list when you break down like the units. It's like as tidy as a custodies list.
Do you know the weapons combinations on the Grandmaster Dreadnought? Because they got some new options.
They do.
He did take the new gun.
Yeah, that
I
seems
believe
like
it's. Sorry, go.
it's got shooty, it's got a cool combat attack, and it's got the Melta on it, which you cannot get in any other of the models here, or in their modes of the Dread Knight. The Banisher's detachment rule is you basically make a psychic check. Can take a leadership test that says it's passed like one of the following rules until the end of the phase. The unit has that rule. This is the challenged force. So melee weapons equipped by the models in this unit have the psychic ability, also have the sustain hits 1 ability.
Right.
Or melee weapons equipped by models in this unit that with the psychic ability have the lethal hits ability. So you got sustain hit ones or lethal hits.
Yep. It's the pseudo pact. You don't get anything if you fail, but you don't take mortal wounds if you fail, like similar to CSM. And the one enhancement that's been taken, Pyre Soul, is for the Grand model only. So it's on his Libby. At the start of shooting phase, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does select one enemy unit within 24 and visible to the bearer, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. So a little bit of splash damage there to go along with the Librarian, who I rate the Librarian pretty highly. Comes with low knob 18. And now it's essentially a Lehman Ross battle tank. Instead of having the Vortex of Doom, which is just like you take mortal wounds like a Doom Bolt, essentially. Now it's like D6 plus 3 shots blast at 822. So he just like bang pops off a unit. So I'm really, really down with the Librarians in Grey Knights. I think they're exceptional. And he did take the Sublimator on his GMDK. I believe he still took the hammer. He's like hammer, side cannon, and sublimator, which is essentially the thermal cannon from a Armiger Warglaive. So it's like a 2-shot melter gun with great strength and melter 4. So I like that gun a lot.
Bleed some stuff off folks with the Calidus, and then Canis is just that basically that focus fire. Like you'll never shoot at this Dread Knight because you always have Canis for the first couple turns to fire against, and maybe that's what they're hoping for. Yeah,
it's also the anti-chaos detachment as well, because as the 1 CP, a Grey Knight Psyker unit in your shooting phase has anti-chaos 4+. Oh. So I mean, add that onto Crow, and all of a sudden Crow's unit is shooting the Chaos Knight's dead. That kind of stuff where you're usually strength 4 anti-infantry 2+, AP 2 shot is wounding on a 6. It's actually just wounding on a 4 with checks notes 30 something shots.
Scary.
On an objective, right?
Rerolling once to wound, and then 4 rerolls if the model's on an objective. So he just kind of kills everything, and that's just the psychic guns. It could still have like Psy Cannon, Storm Bolters, and everything else. So and it also has advance and charge, and that's why he's got the 3 units of 5 interceptors in here. So they will straight up just move 12, possibly up to 18, and then declare a charge. So that's one of the reasons I quite like this detachment.
It's time to pick some winners.
All right, Dustin, you're up first. Paul's going to be last as we rotate our way through.
I'll take Death Guard this time around.
Dustin.
Death Guard's still very strong.
Unimaginative, Dustin. Unimaginative.
Yeah. No,
it is.
Somebody had to pick it.
You know what? I'm going to go spicy. I'm going to pick the Fish Cows. Let's go Tau. I think they know something. I'm going to back them.
I'm going Eldari. That's
that's a solid pick.
You bore me both.
This is going to be the time of the Eldari again. I think we're seeing a new resurgence.
Yeah. And I mean, I say it every episode, but we all called it. All called it. All three of us were just like, yeah, we'll check our watches in a month and see if they're still like in the doldrums, so to speak. And it was, we're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Next event we're going to be talking about is the Springs Thundercluckers.
That's awesome
from Colorado Springs, Colorado. 70 players over 5 rounds. That's actually, this has always been a really decent competitive area in that section of the world here.
And straight up, you guys got on the show because of the name. If you guys had a less interesting name, I may have gone for another 70 player.
Don't start that. We don't need a competition for that out there.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Let's see how silly you can get out there. Mostly because Paul has to read it out. So
yeah, that's the best part.
It's like usernames and event names is what going to be the end of me. City names close. 70 players,
that's where he
round
draws the line.
event. Dustin, what are we going to see there?
In the Imperial Super Faction, there are 2 Sisters of Battle, 1 Custode, 1 Admech, 2 Astra Militarum, 3 Imperial Knights, Space Marines, 5 Adeptus Astartes, 2 Dark Angels, 3 Space Wolves, 2 Blood Angels, 4 Black Templar, and 2 Death Watch. Chaos is 4 Chaos Space Marines, 2 T-Suns, 2 Death Guard, 3 World Eaters, 3 Emperor's Children, 2 Demons, and 3 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 6 Necrons, 3 Orcs, 2 Tau, 2 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 3 Tyranids, and 1 G-Star called again, just getting around to the other events. And then Eldari, there's 2 Drakari and 4 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is Necrons topping this one off at 6. Astartes in second with 5, and then CSM and Black Templars in third with 4. Adam, stop moving the cursor around. I can't read some of these names.
I'm so sorry.
It's so distracting. It's he's messing around with the teleprompter. What do you think of this podium?
It's our first episode, guys. It's fine.
We're ticked into a new era. It is the era of starting over again.
Yeah, I say first because it's our 101st.
100. See, it's actually accurate.
Sorry, mate. Continue.
That's it. I did the podium and everything.
Necrons at the top, though, that is a little surprising. Now, granted, Necrons are great, and I think they're another one of those people have been, it seems like, slowly gravitating away from some of the original dynasties that were present in the first part of this edition, and trying to find that right mix. And maybe they've also awakened.
Started off Awakened Dynasty, went into Canoptic Court, then Star Shatter, then back to Awakened, and now we've got a nice split between Awakened and Star Shatter. And there's been a sprinkling of others on the way, like obeisance and stuff like that have popped up here and there. But yeah, for the most part, and I believe what did I pull out for this one? Never mind. I was going to do I forgot I was going to do a faction breakdown on Necrons.
You're leading up to it. Now we're all sad.
Nah, be sad. It's fine. I forgot. Okay. Templars, freaking Templars starting to pop up.
Crazy. That's awesome, though.
All that energy that was in Space Wolves, in their gun and punch detachment, which was I take Iron Priests, and then I take battle tanks, and then I just take MSU power units, be that or a single 20-man with Ragnar, a couple of units of Terminators, stuff like that, and then like MSU Wolfen. That entire energy has been transposed into Templars, and Templars now do that probably about the same, if not slightly better, but slightly worse in some ways, because you can't get a good 20-man like you could with Ragnar in the Blood Claws.
I mean,
but
here's my hot take.
Yep.
Is they don't need the oath, so they can make up for it in all the other stuff, and their vehicles have meltas, multi-meltas.
Yep. Everything just packs a little bit extra gas.
Yeah.
But yeah, the you take what you had your Iron Priest plus Predator Annihilator, and just replace that with Repulsor Executioner, and you've got essentially the same hard hitting long range package. Then instead of having things like Head Takers and Wolfen, just go straight and you're going into your Sword Brethren. Now they do, once they've maxed out those Sword Bros with the 3 into 5 or 1x10, 2x5, it is a little bit more sparse between that and the next good unit, melee unit, because Space Wolves have a bit more of a density there. They can go to Thunder Cav, like I said, the Wolf and the Head Takers, or the Blood Claws. Once you go down from there's a big gap between Sword Bros and the next best thing, but you do still have decent access to Blade Guard vets and things like that to patch those holes. And of course, take a couple of impulses. Lol, like Paul said, your impulses have multi-melters, so they're just better impulses. And you got a great army, like 2 or 3 Repulsor Executioners, and then just MSU melee good stuff. It's just very powerful, and I would not be surprised that starts taking off even more post this weekend and upcoming weeks. But I pulled out one list for our viewing pleasure.
Why do you think that's the case? Why do you think that will pick up?
Because I believe it's the next best well-rounded Marine build. And Marine players are all about their being well-roundedness, and yeah. As a Space Marine player, I'm the same. I want to be able to do everything. That's why I play Space Marines, because they're the army that has it all. And so when I think about the armies that have it all, I mean, we had essentially the same version of this in the Ultramarines, where they had the Ballistas and the Vindicators, then plus their Calgar Blob, which was a super melee unit, and or Gilliman plus some other bits and pieces if they wanted to. And then that went into Space Wolves, which was essentially a same build. You had your battle tanks and you had your good melee units, and then that's gone into Black Templar. So we're almost on this journey trajectory. I still think like Ultramarines, it's almost as good, if not just as good in some matchups as where we are right now. But I think people just get bored of the Ultramarines thing and just what they want to do the same thing but wearing black armor now. So cooler characters as well. You can't tell
get more
me
Meltas.
you can't tell me Chad Brecht and an Emperor's freaking champion is not cooler than Calgar.
They are very cool.
Hell yeah.
All right. So we have a Necron faction breakdown. Is it or
no. Thanks for reminding me that I was lazy.
You brought it up again. Now we're all sad again.
Colin Kay, which is one of the top players in attendance, playing Adeptus Astartes Salamanders, boys. And we know Salamanders just got a little juice. Brand new Vulcan data sheet. In addition, I'm not sure if this is listed as a Firestorm Assault Force, so it's listed as just the regular Firestorm. But you could assume that it's just not updated in the app yet, and he's playing with the new Firestorm rules for Salamanders. Kicks off with the two special characters of access to Adrax, Akatone, and Vulcan. He has a Judica with Champion of Humanity, a Lieutenant with combo weapon, because you would never not take the Lieutenant with combo weapon.
Some of the best points in the game.
It's the best filler unit in the game, as far as I'm concerned. Like, it is literally the best. It is the S tier. A single Impulsor, 2 into 6 Blade Guard, 3 into 3 Eradicators.
Love that. I love the Blade Guard, and the Eradicators seem like a nice choice too in the meta.
Yeah. Well, Blade Guard that have a 1 CP plus 1 to wound access in the Firestorm. Like, everything that they need is right there at your fingertips. 5 Infernus Marines to go with Vulcan and
it has to go with the character. Yeah.
2 single Invader ATVs. Of course, they'll be packing multi-melters, so they lean further into the Firestorm and into Vulcan's auras and things like that. A Land Raider Redeemer, because let's go. A single Repulsor, Executioner, and 5 Scouts. So he's got his 3 fat battle tanks. He's got MSU anti-tank in the Eradicators and the ATVs. He's got his 2 countercharge hammer units in the Blade Guard, one of which likely gets Adrax, the other one gets the Judy. And yeah, I think this is good. I think this is quite good. In fact, I'm actually going to outthink myself and just double check Adrax can join Blade Guard.
Those Scouts just enough up there to give you a little breathing room if you need it, with a little bit of luck. You get a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, between them and the Invader ATVs, I see them as your turn 1 plays. And then you're just like picking the turn you're going to force the Land Raider Redeemer down their throat.
And the ATVs just have such a. They've got kind of.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
They're not taken very often, and so I think a lot of other players, a lot of opponents may kind of either disrespect them in some way. They either don't want to shoot them, or they feel you're going to get a lot of play out of them for utility wise. I think because of some of that, that fact.
I had forgot this about Adrax as well. He gives reels to wound to his unit. So you have 1 unit of Blade Guard with fights first, and you have 1 unit of Blade Guard with reels to wound, and then either can have access to the +1 to wound as well. So they actually freaking slap, which is really good to see.
I actually love the fact that there's just the 2 big Blade Guard bricks, and then the rest of it is like MSU of different profiles for different things. Like, this is built to fight anything. It actually feels like it's really well built to fight Death Guard.
Yeah, so he's got 6 MSU units when you look at the 3 into Eradicators, the Infernus Marines, the ATVs, and the Scouts. And then he's just got his, like we said, his killer. 3 quality battle tanks. The Repulsor able to do some shenanigans. Of course, the best way I see this is doing is having multiple units of Eradicators in it. Maybe you have 1 in reserve and then 2 units of 3 inside the Repulsor. And then just think about how that plays versus World Eaters, where you just jump out, pop a Forge Fiend, and then they have to try come and kill you, and you get back in. And it's just going to be very good against some armies, really powerful. And then of course the Eradicators have so much ability to get juiced up in the Firestorm as well. Plus Vulcan's buffs. So really cool list.
How many folks can go in the Redeemer?
That's a 16
nowadays.
12.
It's 12. Crusaders though in the 16, so it's 12.
Yeah. So that would be probably Vulcan and co. And then you could do the 1 unit of Blade Guard as well. Yeah, which is what I would assume. If not, it's 2 units of Blade Guard. But you could have and then you could have Vulcan and co in the Executioner.
That's what I was thinking. If you could, that's what I actually was asking. How many Blade Guard and the characters can you put in that thing?
Both. You get both units of Blade Guard. in there. Although that's 13. It's 14. Sorry, apologies. So yeah, it'd have to be a 7 and a 5, and you don't have a 5. So it could. Do eradicators take up spot of 2 or 3? Let's have a quick
Eradicators
look.
are
don't look at me, man. I'm not a Space Marine player.
That's the Gravis armor on the
Yeah,
eradicators.
correct.
So that'd probably be, I'd say probably 2, but
That's 2, I think.
Yeah.
So Adeptus Studies Infantry, Jump Pack, Wolfen, Gravis, or Terminator take space of 2. Yeah, and Centurions are 3.
Yeah.
So you could do 2. Yeah, you could do 2 units of eradicators in the Repulsor or the Redeemer.
Nurgle Matt's asking, do we play 40k around here? The answer is yes.
Sometimes.
I have been known to at times. Yeah.
Sometimes.
So time to pick some winners. I'm back in Colin. I'm back in. I like that list a lot.
Oh, Boo Earns.
Hey, it's my turn.
Boo, yeah, how convenient the dice roll.
You had your turn. Paul, you're up next.
Going with the I mean, this is seemed like an odd faction podium here. I mean, I guess I got to go with Necrons, right? I got to play the numbers here. I know they're super strong.
You are so predictable. I'd already typed it in, Paul.
Wow.
Take that. Dustin, what would you like, mate?
You know what? I'm going to back. I can't. No, I guess I can. Wait. Is it different now? I'm going to go Black Templar.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, let's go. They know something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Codex of Studies approves. It doesn't approve.
That is the last event we're covering on this episode, but we have more to do. If you're new here, we do a little silly thing here at this part of the episode where we talk about how cool it would be to leave some 5-star reviews for us and also leave some comments. That's one of the aggregators know to come and hang out with us. So let other people know to come hang out with us. We have an amazing chat community. You also, if you follow us live, come and watch live 9 p.m. on Thursdays Eastern time. You get to hang out with some of these cool folks as well. The segment we're about to go into, we call the Fuego Rapido. It's a serious segment that typically has very little to do with 40k. Sometimes has a lot to do with 40k. You don't know. Sometimes it does. We give ourselves a topic, and a clock, and then exhaust some interesting things.
Are we back to our rankings and ratings for the greatest video games?
We are. We're back.
Oh yeah.
And today is Sandbox video games.
I don't know if I'm gonna be good at this.
Yeah, you don't seem like a sandbox kind of guy.
I'm not really a sandbox kind of game player. I mean, there's open world stuff. Like, you call it open world stuff?
It's open world stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But is that sandbox? Sandbox is like where other people can build in it.
Not necessarily. Like GTA.
Yeah, not always. Sandbox. Yeah.
I'm gonna be better at this than I thought.
Okay.
Also, to be fair, like you said, Paul, like Minecraft is also sandbox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that's obviously Minecraft has to go on there.
Yeah, obviously, was first off the top.
Yeah.
I don't think any game in apart from World of Warcraft has maintained the love of a player base as long as Minecraft has. The children, they yearn for the mines.
Do we do World of Warcraft here? Making sure we didn't do it elsewhere.
I thought we already added it.
How is that a sandbox game?
Oh, it's in our
RPG. We already added Star RPG.
We got it.
Okay. We didn't have enough to do a full MMORPG thing, so we just added WoW to.
So GTA, but which GTA?
I think you can do 2 GTAs.
Sure. Which ones?
3, 5.
3 and 5.
I've heard 5 is popular. I've not played it.
Yeah, it was Vice City was 3. Yeah.
Yes.
Vice City was 3. I mean, shout out to
San Andreas. Was it? I'm gonna say Vice City. Because
San Andreas was quite good as well, but I don't think it's as good as 3 or 5.
Vice City's better though.
Yeah,
right?
same.
Yeah. Okay. I'm putting GTA Vice City and then GTA 5. Red Dead Redemption. We're doing that one.
120 freaking %. Number 2. Just go straight in.
I gotta nominate Disney Infinity. I don't know if y'all have played that.
I have actually.
It is you use it had one where you needed the model figures to put on the gamepad that teleported those figures into it, and you could level the characters up and build complete open world stuff that people could save on a
They copied that from the Sparrow though.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
So
Spyro didn't have Spider-Man didn't have Spider-Man in it, so
No, it did not. It definitely couldn't.
So there is some crossover here in Sandbox, like Skyrim's over here as well. Like some of the Zelda games are in here.
Yes.
So there is a little bit of crossover. So we're gonna have to duck and dive. Did we put Skyrim in?
Skyrim is already in RPGs. I
Yeah,
think
so
we were saving. I think we were saving Zelda for this one.
Okay.
Because it's more sandbox, I think.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. So what do we think, boys? It's obviously, in my opinion, it's Breath of the Wild or Ocarina, or both.
Okay, we got to put through because really,
Breath of the Wild, I think, had better, like, that was the better graphics. Like, you can't.
It's a lot newer though, right? Like
it
Ocarina was Ocarina GameCube, or was it N64?
I think that's
Ocarina was 64. You don't even know what system it was for. What the?
Dude, I'm a Sega boy. I only played very random Nintendo games. We were a Sega household.
There is a period of like somewhere between the Nintendo 64 and the Wii, like it seemed to kind of blend together a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we did have a lot of years. We did have a lot of years of N64. N64 was around for quite a long time.
N64 was, yeah. There's still games for N64 that I've never heard of that I find. And there's a reason I never heard of them, but there was a lot more games that they.
So when the licensing opened up, Nintendo got a little more permissive.
So Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time for sure. We come on, we have to put Link to the Past. Link to the Past is so good.
I don't think we can do 3.
I would play that over Ocarina of Time any day.
All right, then
this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think Ocarina of Time aged well.
But what?
Yeah.
It didn't.
The controls were rough.
Yeah. Didn't that have the water temple in it or
yes,
whatever?
It was a water temple.
Everyone loves the water temple.
Oh yeah, it's everyone's favorite.
Yeah. The memes are all about how much people love it. Absolutely.
It might be that versus Battletoads. Which game caused the controller to go through a TV first?
You could eventually beat the Water Temple. I don't know anyone who's beat Battletoads.
Me neither. I know no one. And I tried so hard. Like it would be me and my 3 brothers, and we'd all take turns.
Oh, you take turns.
Okay. Trying to.
If you're doing 2 players, that will never work. You'll never.
No. We figured that out, and we started soloing it. And we were just like, you failed. Pass on to the next one, and we would do that for like a freaking weekend, man. And nope.
That was a great weekend.
It was a good weekend. It was a good time. No Man's Sky is one I throw out as a more recent addition.
Okay, No Man's Sky after the update.
Correct.
I'll give it to you. No Man's Sky. Now, granted, that was a weird one because they were like, I also got excited. I also bought No Man's Sky on day of release, and then I'm playing it, and I'm like, this is not what I was expecting. Yeah. And then the developers came out and they put out a statement like, we never told you it was going to be good. You decided it was going to be good. I'm like, hey, fair enough. I was like, that's true.
It really pissed people off though when a game is so hyped, so well reviewed, and then on release like 60% complete. Yeah, cool. You're going to lose some people. But the finished product, which is now where I think it is now, is extremely good.
Yeah, we got you covered, Demek boy. GTA is in here twice. We got Vice City and GTA 5.
There's some Metal Gear later in the.
Is that Sandbox?
I think later in it got that way,
Metal
right?
Gear needs to be somewhere on this list. Somewhere else.
Didn't like Metal Gear, like you had to like unplug the controller and plug. I don't know. It was like
you put it in a player 2 slot to beat the one character that was like psychic. Yeah, Metal Gear definitely needs to go somewhere. If we put it here, that kind of makes sense because it's pretty open. I would say Snake Eater's the best one, which is 3.
I'll trust you.
Yeah.
Did you ever play 3?
I didn't.
You need to play
I was the one who sat next to the person who was playing Metal Gear.
Oh, three is like it's like the prequel to everything, and it's so good, so good.
2 others I'll throw out: Sims.
Yes, we have to put the Sims in here. Absolutely.
Sims Sandbox 100%, and I throw out Stardew Valley as well.
Stardew Valley is going to mention that because that was like one of the first like farm simulators or whatever that people.
Yeah, correct.
Yep,
and it's popped off, still going strong.
Really?
So yeah.
Yep. We got Red Dead 2, Debec. We got you covered. We're ahead of you, buddy. We got you.
How many numbers on our list?
We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 5 more.
5
more. There's like another GTA ripoffs like Saints Row.
Saints Row 3?
Yeah, Saints Row 3. There's another one. I'm forgetting.
Subnautica, boys.
Subnautica.
I don't know what that is.
It's a game that I've watched my nephew play, and he's really into. If we're struggling for a pick, I know
think we
the
should
children
struggle.
doth enjoy.
We got Roblox. Actually, if that's not, I know we have Minecraft.
Oh
on
yeah,
there,
actually,
but Roblox is
yeah.
I'll put Roblox in there.
A recent addition, which is in 2023, Starfield. It's quite good.
Starfield? Which one was that? I'm trying to remember that one. No, not that one. I don't know what that one is.
You space explorers. It's similar to No Man's Sky.
Is it better than No Man's Sky?
No, not now.
Okay, there we go.
On release, yeah, a lot of things are better than No Man's Sky.
If you were talking about those, what about Eve Online? Because that's
yeah, bang.
Yeah.
I think that has to be on there. Only, I mean, the magnitude that of imagination, dollars, and time that
dude. Have you heard of like I've gone down a wiki or a Reddit of the Eve Empires?
Oh, it's insane.
People who've given their whole lives to that game. Yeah.
Yep.
It's wild.
I actually know a guy that was part of one of those. They had parties at one of their penthouses. They flew everybody down with the money he was making from Eve. Like insane.
Wild.
Insane.
like I think that's cool. I just never got into it.
I got into it to the point that I enjoyed just picking it up and kind of just mining stuff and getting in random fights, but I did not.
Being a filthy casual.
Being a filthy casual. I was absolutely filthy casual.
Does Cyberpunk go in here?
Yes, it does. Good catch.
Chuck it in.
It absolutely does. So
another one which sits next to No Man's Sky, as in like on release, unplayability.
Yeah, on release, unplayable, but then
demonstrably insane hype.
It was
now it's pretty good.
Even worse, like if you tried to play it, if you played it on the PS5, I understand it was fine. If you tried to play it on the PS4 before the updates, you were
no. Yeah. So those are so in fact those two games I feel might get knocked out early because of the hype destruction that was their launch.
Right. It could happen, but you never know. We won't know until we get to the end.
Yeah. Get to the heads-to-heads.
I feel like there's like globally there's a Final Fantasy that should go in here somewhere.
As
well.
Is there? We have Final Fantasies already, though.
We do. I think we've actually got 2 Final Fantasies on.
I think we have. No, we have 2 because you guys axed the one I wanted to put into it. I remember that now. Actually, what about Mountain Blade? Did you ever play that?
No.
Okay, well we can't do that one.
Did any of you guys play Terraria?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good one. Put that one
goes in.
All right. Terraria. Cool.
How
we got our list. We have
nice.
Minecraft, GTA Vice City, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, Disney Infinity, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Zelda Ocarina of Time, No Man's Sky, Metal Gear Solid 3, Sims, Stardew Valley, Saints Row 3, Roblox, EVE Online, Cyberpunk, and Terraria.
Nice.
Good.
I like this list.
Assassin's Creed is a solid choice from chat too.
Oh, is that going here?
I think we put that in platformers.
Yeah, same.
I consider it more of a platformer, but I didn't play the later ones. Like I haven't played any of the like the different time period ones.
It's not there actually.
Am I crazy, or like I put that next to like Devil May Cry and God of War and stuff like that? Am I silly that they're not?
You are not silly. Maybe that's the action adventure genre that we're looking at for that one.
Okay, yeah,
we haven't got to that one yet. So we still have action adventure, simulation, puzzle, first-person shooter, third-person shooter, turn-based strategy, and then racing/sports.
Nice. It might be the case that shooter just becomes a genre, by the way, for first and third. If we can't fill up one, we just absorb it. But either way,
I bet we can. That's Fuego.
That's it. Look, that's our show this week. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. If it's something you can do, we also have a Patreon, tier 2 and higher on the Patreon. I just did tier 2. You couldn't see it, but I held up 3 fingers. But it's tier 2 and above get access to a second show, a follow-up show where we look back at the events, look at what won, that we can discuss the top 10s, we see some highlight lists and that kind of stuff. We do that most weeks of the shows that we do this, try to catch up when we miss it. But every tier on the Patreon is awesome, but just want to point that out there. It is something we do, and if that's something you can do, that's one way to support the show. All the other hassle-free shows are hassle-free ways to support the show are amazing. Those comments, the likes, the 5-star reviews all add up to a great experience for us, the channel, and anybody else who may be looking for something that does something like we do over here. But that is our show this week. I've had a pleasure hanging out with y'all, Adam and Dustin. It's good to be back into the regular with this.
Absolutely. No breaks. Let's go.
No breaks, all gas.
Chat, y'all been awesome. Thanks a lot. We'll see y'all next week. Have a great night, everybody.
We'll see you then.